Hi everyone and welcome to LeDroit India. I am Mrunmayi and today we are going to explore a crucial topic in the digital age, e-contracts versus digital contracts. If you have ever clicked I agree while shopping online or heard about blockchain technology, you have encountered these concepts. But how do they differ? And what do they mean to you? In this video, we will understand these terms, dive into their legal aspects by exploring practical examples. So stay tuned because we are going to start an informative journey into the world of modern contracts. First, let's cover the basics of e-contract. An electronic contract or e-contract is essentially a contract that is created, signed, stored electronically. It mirrors traditional contracts but operates in a digital format. Imagine you are buying a gadget from an online store. When you place the order, you're not just picking a product, but you're agreeing to the store's terms and conditions. This agreement, finalized with a simple click, constitutes to an contract, that is a e-contract. This process is legally binding under the various laws such as Indian IT Act 2000 or the Uniform Electronic Transactions Act in the US. These laws ensure that your digital agreement holds the same weight as a paper contract. Example, think about subscribing to a streaming service like Netflix. By accepting the terms and conditions online, you are entering into an e-contract. Even though you didn't physically sign anything, your agreement is recognized legally. Now here you can see the creation method. They utilize online forms, PDFs and other digital tools for creation. Definition. E-contracts are agreement created and signed electronically, often online. Common examples. Examples include online purchase agreement, as we have already discussed, buying a phone online, and software licenses when you subscribe to any, let's say you download a software on your computer and you make it run. In that case, you are signing to an e-contract. Key features. E-contract can be created online or offline and are legally binding once signed. Next is introduction to digital contracts. Understanding digital contracts and their key features. So let's begin. First is, unlike e-contracts, digital contracts often use advanced technologies like blockchain to function. Blockchain is a decentralized digital ledger where transactions are recorded across multiple computers. It is secure, immutable, meaning once data is recorded, it cannot be altered. A fascinating example of digital contract is smart contract. These are self-executing contracts with the terms of the contract directly written into code. When predefined conditions are met, the contract executes automatically. Let's take an example. Picture leasing a car through a blockchain platform. A smart contract would automatically transfer the car's ownership to you once you have completed the payment. There's no need for manual intervention. Everything happens seamlessly. Next here we have legal basis of e-contract. What are the key laws and elements that govern e-contracts? Legally, e-contracts are robust and widely recognized under the Indian IT Act, as we have discussed earlier. Electronic signatures and online agreements hold the same validity as traditional signatures. Example, consider an online rental agreement signed via platform like DocuSign or Adobe Sign. Courts globally accept these as valid provided they meet the fundamental contract elements, that is, offer, acceptance, consideration, and a lawful intent. Now, next, let's understand UNCITRAL model law on e-commerce. A model law designed to harmonize international trade laws regarding electronic contracts. So, whenever two parties come together to get into an e-contract, and these parties are from different countries, the UN Citral model law will apply. Then comes the key elements of e-contract. As we have already discussed, the key elements are offer, acceptance, consideration, intention, and the capacity, which are similar to the traditional contracts. Unless these elements are present, no e-contract can be considered valid in the eyes of law. Next is legal basis of digital contract. Let's explore what are the regulatory framework which are available for smart contracts. Digital contracts, particularly those involving blockchain, face evolving legal frameworks. While traditional contract law applies, specific regulations for digital contracts are still developing. For instance, smart contracts on Ethereum execute themselves without court's intervention. But legal recognition and enforcement are still being defined. For example, in the European Union, there are discussions going on about regulating smart contracts under the Digital Services Act. However, this is still a developing area, and many jurisdictions have yet to provide clear guidelines. The state of Wyoming in the United States has a law which determines the validity and enforceability of decentralized autonomous organizations. These organizations are decentralized and autonomous. That means they completely rely on smart contracts to execute themselves. They're self executing and not like any regular organization. There are determined laws and acts that deal with the validity and enforceability of these type of organizations. So Wyoming was one of the first states to recognize digital contracts by accepting DAOs. Moving forward to the next slide, let's see the key differences between e-contracts and digital contracts. Exploring technology, execution, legality, security, and automation aspects. Let's compare e-contracts and digital contracts in practical terms. Technology-wise, e-contracts use standard digital tools like email and PDFs, whereas digital contracts leverage blockchain technology and digital ledgers. When it comes to execution of contracts, e-contracts require manual action like clicking to agree, while digital contracts can self-execute based on programmed conditions. For example, when you are signing or agreeing or executing any e-contract, you have to either click on I agree or electronically sign the document. But that is not the case when you're dealing with any contract that is based on coding and blockchain technology. Once both the parties agree to the term and the contract is formulated via coding, it is self-executed upon performance. Then let's compare the security aspect. E-contracts use encryption but can still be vulnerable to hacking. Digital contracts with the blockchain foundation offer higher security and integrity. For example, think of e-contracts as digital forms with signature, similar to a scanned document. But digital contracts are more like automated systems, like softwares, akin to vending machine that delivers a product once payment is made. Now that we have understood the key differences, let's move on to the next slide. Advantages of e-contracts. Let's explore the benefits of electronic agreement in modern businesses. E-contracts offer numerous advantages, including convenience and speed. They simplify processes by eliminating the need for physical paperwork. They're not just good for time savior, but also environment friendly. As a freelancer, working with clients worldwide using e-contracts via platforms like DocuSign allows you to finalize agreements quickly and at your convenience. This efficiency is beneficial for both the parties and is legally sound. If you observe one thing about the e-contracts, they're not just time efficient but also cost effective. They eliminate the need for paperwork and physical storage, reducing overhead costs. Let's see the advantages of digital contracts. Digital contracts bring enhanced security and automation. They are especially useful in complex transactions like supply chain management. IBM's use of blockchain technology for food traceability is a prime example. Blockchain ensures that each transaction is recorded immutably, providing transparency and security from farm to table. So let's start by the challenges encountered while dealing with e-contracts. One major challenge is the risk of fraud. Since e-contracts are executed online, they can be targeted by fraudsters who might attempt to forge signatures or manipulate contractual terms. For instance, imagine receiving an email with a contract that seems legitimate but is actually a phishing attempt designed to trick you into agreeing to unfavorable terms. To combat this, it's crucial to use secure and reputable e-signature platforms like DocuSign or Adobe Sign. These platforms offer encryption and verification to ensure that your contract remains secure. Another concern with e-contracts is signature forgery. Although e-signatures are designed to be secure, there's always a risk that they can be copied or manipulated. Picture a scenario where someone uses a copied e-signature to sign multiple documents without authorization. This could lead to serious legal dispute. To minimize this risk, implementing multi-factor authentication, that is MFA, during the signing process can add as an extra layer of security. Now, let's move on to digital contracts. So, let's see what are the challenges that are encountered while dealing with digital contracts. A significant challenge here is legal ambiguity. Digital contract, especially smart contract, as they operate based on preset code or blockchain technology, if there is a legal dispute about whether the conditions were met or not, it can be tricky because our legal frameworks are still catching up with this technology. For example, a smart contract used for a real estate transaction might automatically execute a payment if certain conditions are met. If there is a disagreement about those conditions, resolving such type of disputes can be extremely complex. Another issue with digital contract is the risk of irreversibility. Smart contracts are immutable. Once they are on blockchain, meaning errors in the code can be difficult to correct. Imagine a smart contract in a real estate deal with a coding error that makes reversing the transaction nearly impossible. This immutability, while providing security, can also pose significant challenges when mistakes happen. So, what can we do? For digital contracts, through testing and auditing of smart contract code before deployment is extremely essential. Also, advocating for updates in legal frameworks can help to address these challenges posed by blockchain technology. Now that we have understood the difference between both e-contracts and digital contracts, what is the future of such type of contracts? Looking ahead, it is exciting to think about how both e-contracts and digital contracts will evolve. We can expect to see a blend of both types of contract, that is e-contracts and digital contracts. E-contracts will continue to thrive in traditional sectors where their convenience and familiarity are key. Meanwhile, digital contracts, particularly those leveraging blockchain technology, will become more prominent in fields like finance, real estate, governance due to their enhanced security and automation capabilities. For example, Estonia and US is already leading the way with blockchain-based government services and other types of organization. They have implemented digital IDs and contracts, showcasing how blockchain can revolutionize public services by offering secure and immutable records. So, to sum up, both e-contracts and digital contracts are playing crucial roles in our digital world. E-contracts offer ease and familiarity, while digital contracts powered by blockchain technology provide greater security and automation. I hope this video has shed some light on the distinctions between e-contracts and digital contracts. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. I would love to hear from you. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe to LeDroit India for more in-depth legal content. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye. Until then, speak legal, speak weightage.